Upcoming Star Wars movies, list of titles and release dates. The release of J.J. Abrams' Star Wars: The Force Awakens in December 2015 kicked off a string of Star Wars stories planned by Disney and Lucasfilm that will allow several other inventive storytellers to play in this particular sandbox, sometimes continuing the trilogy started by Abrams, and sometimes branching out to tell you what are being classified as Star Wars stories. In short, we have many years ahead of new and different Star Wars titles hitting the big screen. But what exactly are those projects? How long do we have to wait for them? We've got you covered with the guide below. Solo, a Star Wars story following up the success of Rogue One. A Star Wars story, Disney has planned a solo Han Solo movie as its second non-trilogy Star Wars feature, but they've run into a few behind-the-scenes issues with the feature. Originally 21 Jump Street and the Lego Movie Wizards Phil Lord and Chris Miller were hired to helm the feature, and they brought together a fantastic ensemble with Alden Ehrenreich as the titular rogue smuggler, Donald Glover as Lando Calrissian, Jonas Suotamo as Chewbacca, and Woody Harrelson, Emilia Clarke, Thandie Newton, and Phoebe Waller-Bridge in supporting roles. A few months into production, however, Lucasfilm fired Lord and Miller, citing creative differences, and hired Ron Howard to replace them. Even with all the drama, however, the film hasn't changed release dates. Get the latest on Solo, a Star Wars story here. Release date, May 25, 2018. Star Wars: Episode 9. Like Solo, a Star Wars story, the hotly anticipated Star Wars: Episode 9 has also undergone some significant behind-the-scenes problems, though driven by completely different issues. Initially, the script for the film was written by Star Wars: The Last Jedi writer/director Rian Johnson, and Colin Trevorrow was attached to direct, but that was before the death of Carrie Fisher. That tragic event unfortunately forced the filmmakers to scrap what they had been working on, and it was decided that Trevorrow would step away from the helm. Lucasfilm has hired Star Wars: The Force Awakens director J.J. Abrams to replace him, and he will be co-writing the script with Chris Terrio, Daisy Ridley, Adam Driver, John Boyega, Oscar Isaac, Kelly Marie Tran, and Lupita Nyong'o are all expected to reprise their respective roles. Get the latest on Star Wars: Episode 9 here. Release date, May 23, 2019. A Boba Fett movie. Tell us if you're starting to see a pattern. Lucasfilm has been working a Boba Fett solo feature, which will presumably be featured Boba Fett, a Star Wars story, for some time now, but it has been plagued by development issues. Back in June 2014 it was announced that director Josh Trank would be directing what was then an unidentified Star Wars feature. Unfortunately, the world then saw a series of things go wrong in the making of Trank's Fantastic Four reboot, and 11 months after his hiring he was fired by Lucasfilm. No official moves have been made since then, as the studios have been developing a number of other projects that have presumably been stealing their attention, but given the popularity of the character you shouldn't count this one out. Release date, rumored for 2020. Rian Johnson's Star Wars trilogy. While Star Wars: Episode 9 won't be using a script written by Rian Johnson, the beloved franchise is far from done with him. Prior to the release of Star Wars: The Last Jedi, Lucasfilm announced that their collaboration with Johnson would continue with the development of an entire new trilogy. It is unclear what this trilogy will be about, when it will be set in regards to the Star Wars stories that we know, or if/how it will connect to the classic film. What we do know is that we will surely be hearing a lot more about these films in the years to come. Release date, rumored for 2021. Continued on next page. Greater than. Please enable JavaScript to view the comment.